Hi everybody. Today we'll be learning about the connection between determinants and linear equations. But before that, I'd like to give you some background knowledge, and that is, let's say I give you two vectors v and u. Okay, two vectors, and they look like this. This is v, and this is u. So now, if I ask you that I need to get from this point A to some point B here, we can see that this is basically something like 2.5 v, this, and then roughly 2u, right? So to get from A to B, I will basically need 2.5 v plus 2u. So now I want you to convince yourselves that if I had taken any point, okay, anywhere, let's say this or this or this, anywhere on this plane, if I had taken any point, we'd be able to basically make up some number here and then some number here such that we will be able to reach it, okay? So basically what I'm saying is any point is equal to some constant times v plus some other constant times u. Okay, so this is true for these two vectors, and it is also true for any two vectors that look like this. Basically, some vector, if this was u, this was v, this would still be true. I want you to convince yourselves, okay? Just maybe play around with it a bit. Okay, but if v was like this, and let's say u was like this, if they both are in the same direction, then it's going to be a problem. If I want to reach here, there is no way I'm going to take up two constants and use them to get from this point A to this point B. Okay, so that's one thing to notice. So this is for 2D. Now, similarly in 3D, let's say I gave you U, V, and W, right? Three vectors like this. So this is U, this is V, and this is W. So now, see, if they look like this, again, you can take it on my word or play around, but you'll figure out that if I give you any point in 3D now, you'll be able to reach it using three constants. Okay, that is cu plus dv plus some, let's say, alpha w. But if all the three vectors lie on the same plane, okay, that is this, if all u, v, and w lie on the same plane, then there is no way for me to reach a point here in space. Okay, so the conclusion we draw from this is, in the case of 2D, if the determinant of u and v, if the determinant of two vectors, remember the determinant of two vectors gave us the area between them, right? So as long as there is any area between u and v, we can reach any point on the plane. But if the area between them becomes zero, that is what happened here, then it's not necessary that we can reach every point. Okay, so determinant of u and v, if it's not zero, we can reach any point. If it's zero, then it's not necessary. Okay, for now, we'll dive into that a bit deeper later. Similarly, in the case of 3D, if the determinant of u, v, and w, if this is zero, then it's not necessary that we can reach every point. But if it's not zero, then we can reach every point. Okay, so this is the connection between determinant and basically going to every point in a plane or 3D, etc. Okay, so now we'll see how this relates to equations. Let's say we have two equations, ax plus by equal to c, ex plus fy equal to g. Now we want to see if these two equations have one solution or infinitely many solutions or no solutions at all. Okay, that is how many values of x and y satisfy this. So for that, I'm going to write this in a slightly different way. That is aex plus bfy is equal to cg. So now remember, this AE, this is a vector, okay? This AE is basically the same as, okay, we are going to reinterpret this now. AI plus EJ. Okay, similarly, BF is BI plus FJ. So the question we are asking is, let me call this A vector, let me call this B vector, and let me call this C vector. So the question is now changed to find out two values x and y such that xa plus yb is equal to c. Okay, this is how we are going to reinterpret the question. So now we want to see if there exist values x and y such that xa plus yb equal to c vector. Now here is where the determinant part comes in handy. Okay, see, we just want to see if there is one solution or no solutions or infinitely many solutions. So if A look like this, B look like this, B looks like this, okay, if A look like that, B look like this, then we know for a fact that wherever C is, we'll be able to find some X and Y. That's pretty cool, right? So if the determinant of A and B, if it's not zero, then we'll always be able to find some X and some Y such that we get to some point C. Okay, so you'll get one solution. So basically what I mean by that is, if the determinant of AE and BF, if this is not zero, then we'll get a solution for sure. Okay, this is one way of looking at it. Okay, now, what if A looks like this and B looks like this? Okay, basically B and A are parallel. They lie along the same line. Now the problem here is, if C was somewhere here, there is no way you'd be able to find X and Y, right? Such that you get to C. So see, if the determinant of A and B, if it's zero, then no solution, right? This is one way of looking at it. Okay, actually no solution has actually this determinant being zero has two different interpretations. Means, so this is one way of looking at it. That is, if the determinant is zero, it seems like the case is no solutions, but there is also another case. What if A looks like this, okay, B looks like this, and C looks like this? C could be a vector along them, right? Now here what you'll notice is the determinant of A and B is zero, because there's no area between them, right? No area, determinant is zero. But now what you'll notice is that there will be infinitely many ways of getting X and Y. Okay, let's see. For example, if you'll notice, X equal to 2 and Y equal to 0, okay, that is 2A. Can you see that that's approximately equal to C? Like roughly, if this is also another A. Okay, this is one answer. Okay, X is 2, Y is 0. And the other answer can be that X is 0 and Y can be something like 1.33. Okay, 1/3. Something like that, right? 1.25, something like that. See, we have another solution now. And so on. We can get many, many X's and Y's. Okay, like half an X and then maybe 1.5 Y and something like that. So the final conclusion is that if the determinant of A and B is not zero, you'll have one solution. If the determinant of A and B is zero, then you can either have infinitely many solutions, like this case, or you can have no solution. Okay, like the one we saw where C was a point that did not lie on these two vectors. Okay. Okay, so in part 3, I'd like to discuss something about the algebraic properties of the determinant. Okay, that shows you why even in higher dimensions, it makes sense to call it the volume. Okay, so take care. Have a good day. Bye.